Welcome back to the Farm2Table Show. Today we're talking about the legacy we leave behind. Oh, good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Had a technical difficulty with the technical services here on our Restream IO that we use to broadcast. It did not want to. Uh, Uh, let's see what's going on here. Just got a text. Yeah, Robbie, I'm good. If you're still out there, I had a technical problem with Restream. For some reason or other, wouldn't want to let me in the studio. Uh, it should be streaming now, so hopefully all y'all guys will join in. We are live, and unfortunately, with live, sometimes crazy things happen. And this morning, it was the service. Good morning, Rebecca. I have two. Seeing this thing, when I went into that's the technical problem. Part of it, it took me forever to let me in, and then the one that I had scheduled apparently is the one that was a problem. Yeah, I scheduled it last night. It was showed scheduled, which is the one y'all are talking about, the second. And when I came in this morning, it was well, wasn't there for one, and then when I tried to get in, it wouldn't let me in forever. So I got a technical glitch in the restream. Going to have to go back and research that. But anyway, glad to see y'all are in there. Prayers for Scotty this morning as he heads into for a procedure today. That's why he won't be on. We'll miss him, but so definite prayers for Scotty that he comes through this procedure just fine, and we have his uh, comments and humor and everything back in with us very soon. But anyway, so glad everybody's in, and we're starting to drift in, and we will uh, do some stuff. I was going to flip everything vertical. Actually, I might still wonder what that. Well, nope. I'd have had to have done it ahead of time. I'm going to try the vertical. Was planning on doing it this morning, but got in so late because of the technical glitch that just went with what was up there. So we'll try that maybe tomorrow. A lot of conversation last night on the Sunday Night Lives about that. But anyway, let's get rolling because I am behind already. So let's get rolling with the Redneck Weather Report. So we'll go over and see Jack and find out what the weather's about today.
Good morning, Rednecks. It is 61 degrees, March the 29th, 2025. We got a 13-mile-an-hour south wind making it feel like it's 59 degrees, but we're going to get to 82 today. Happy birthday, Dina. God bless y'all. We'll see you again.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for that, Jack, and definitely happy birthday to Dina this morning. Uh, hope she has a great birthday. And guess, well, I think hers was yesterday. I think so. He's saying happy birthday today. And speaking of birthdays, today is my birthday. So happy birthday to me. 53 years on God's planet, and anyway, looking forward to hopefully a whole lot more. But we will see. Not trying to speak bad things upon myself, definitely. But definitely blessed with that, and I'm gonna go to work for my birthday. I'm gonna wait for Friday to take a day off. My company has a strange policy that if you can't take your birthday off and get paid for it, you got to wait till at least the day after. Makes no sense to me. But anyway, so I'm gonna take this coming Friday off. But don't worry, I'll still be here with y'all. So anyway, let's get right on into the rest of the show. Like I said, we're moving right along. Figure I got a few people not drifting in because they're over there on the Farm to Table Direct show. Haven't quite made the switch, or they got lost and everything. Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate that. Homestead hacks. Let's jump right on in. Here is another homestead hack for everybody. This is called instant compost tea for supercharged plants. Here's the hack. Make a quick, nutrient rich compost tea using kitchen scraps or finished compost to give your plants a natural boost. This is how it works. Fill a 5-gallon bucket with water, rainwater being the best, but sometimes, get what you got. Add a shovelful of compost or a handful of banana peels eggshells, and coffee grounds into a breathable bag, like an old pillowcase. Let it steep or soak, whatever you want to call it, for 24 to 48 hours, and stirring occasionally. Strain and use the liquid to water plants or spray leaves for an instant nutrient boost. And now here's why it works and why it's great. Provides fast absorbing nutrients for plants, boosts soil microbes for healthier roots, and reduces waste by reusing kitchen scraps. So there we go. Good morning, guys over there. Morning Song, Orchard, and Nursery. Glad to see y'all in with us this morning. It was certainly good seeing y'all guys again back up at Okie Expo, uh, and look forward to seeing y'all again throughout the year this year. But anyway, so there was your hack. And appreciate everybody starting to drift over, starting to come on in. Hey, good morning, Troy. There you are. Uh, like I said, the ones that are just coming in, I apologize for they're showing two lives or whatever. I had a technical glitch with Restream.io, which is the service that I use for that we use for doing this. It showed the scheduled live, and then when I went in the studio this morning, the scheduled was gone, and it was just a draft. And I tried getting in, and it took restarts and several times. Finally got it to get in, and so put me about 6-7 minutes behind. And like I said, again, some people over on the old channel still, I'm sure, wondering where's they all at. But anyway, that's going to be the growing pain of switching over. But we appreciate all y'all being in this morning. So good to see you in, Tracy. Good to see you in, Troy Sutton. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully it is. Well, I woke up, so it's a happy birthday, and that automatically starts it up. But anyway, so it's going to be hopefully a good day and a good week. So anyway, so let's get into something. The title of today's show, or today's thought, if you will, is the legacy we leave behind. I certainly, a couple of different things triggered that up. I mean, recent son-in-laws, one of my son-in-laws recently lost his dad, and then of course, even as we found out Friday that Rod, Jack Dyer's son-in-law, or brother-in-law, passed. And yes, that was the correct email. I'll make sure and have Keith check that here in a little bit. He usually handles the emails. Um, so anyway, yeah, let me show this. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Yeah, yeah, that is the correct email at Farm2Table Direct. Uh, that was the correct email on that. So, oh, excuse me. And it's usually the one that's down in the description. So anyway, thank you, Tracy, for the thumbs up reminder. So anyway, back to where I was at, kind of just got me thinking. And then I read an article about a lady who had passed who, part of her legacy was homesteading and gardening and those things in the past down. And so here we are. Today I want to talk about this that extends far beyond our daily chores, beyond the seeds we plant or the livestock we raise. I want to talk about legacy, the mark we leave on this world, especially in the realm of homesteading, farming, and preserving skills to sustain not only our families but future generations. Um, Legacy isn't just about wealth or land, it's about wisdom. It's about the skills we pass down, the knowledge we impart, and the values we instill in those who came after us or come after us. The work we do today, cultivating the land, stewarding our animals, preserving food, and embracing self sufficiency, it's not just for us. It's a trust, a responsibility, a calling to preserve a way of life that, if lost, will leave a hole not just in our culture, but in our ability to thrive. Um, think about the generations before us, our grandparents, great grandparents. They didn't just live off the land, they knew it. They understood the soil, the seasons, the rhythm of planting and harvest. They knew how to work with their hands, how to build, how to mend, how to make the most of what they had. And those weren't just survival skills, they were life skills. And they weren't just for one generation, they were meant to be handed down. But today we live in a time where convenience has replaced craftsmanship, where food is wrapped in plastic, where meals come from factories instead of fields. and where the skills that built civilizations are being forgotten. If we do nothing, if we don't teach, we don't share, if we don't preserve, then we are the last link in a long chain of knowledge that will be broken forever, and nearly was. And that, my friends, is why legacy matters. It's why homesteading matters. It's why we do what we do, not just for ourselves, but our children and their children. That's what happens when you get your note papers all mixed up. Excuse me, I hate interrupting a good thought. Every time you teach a child how to plant a seed, you're passing on something that can't be replaced. Every time you show someone how to milk a cow, or bake bread from scratch, or butcher an animal, you're preserving something vital. Every time you teach someone the value of hard work, patience, and stewardship, you're ensuring that the knowledge of generations doesn't disappear with you. A true legacy isn't measured in acres or bank accounts. It's measured in the hands that carry on the work. It's in the young farmer who keeps his family land because he understands its value. It's in the homesteader who teaches her neighbors how to raise chickens and grow their own food. And it's in the family who chooses to live simply, sustainably, and intentionally, even when the world tells them there's an easier way. Scripture tells us in Proverbs 13:22, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. That inheritance isn't just financial, it's spiritual, moral, and practical. It's knowledge, faith, and the ability to stand strong in an ever changing world. So I challenge you today, what legacy are you leaving? Are you passing down skills that um, or are they dying with you? Are you teaching, sharing, and investing in the next generation? Because one day we won't be here. But what we've built, what we've taught, and what we've preserved, that can live on. So let's make sure the homesteading life, the farming way, and the self sufficient mindset don't become relics of the past. Let's make sure they are the foundation of the future. That's the power of a true legacy, and that's the mark that we leave on this world. That's my thoughts about that. And look forward to hearing y'all's comments on that or seeing that in the chat. Um, it's when I come back from events like Okie Homestead Expo, and like we've got New Beginnings Homestead Expo coming up here on the 12th of April, and there's many more going on around the country this month and or this coming month and months, and even our Homestead Rendezvous that we're planning on. That's going to be in September, and all the other ones. That is that's what that's there for, to learn, to teach, to preserve, to highlight. And each and every day that we get to put a little investment into what we do and an investment into those around us continues that legacy, continues those skills. I have a book called, and some of you may know this book, but it's called The Lost Skills. Or it's the Old Ways, I think it is, called The Old Ways and Lost Skills. And it's things from the 1800s and how they did things. And it's just, it's an excellent book to keep on the shelf. And, you know, um, we go and we learn these skills that, that generational gap we've talked about before, that between our grandparents and maybe ourselves. And there was that thing where people went away from uh, doing these things, and convenience took over. But anyway, and so some skills were nearly lost. And but yet here they are being brought back. Here they are suddenly more important than ever. And recent events, there were those who were homesteading for, which, like I said, our families and our generation thought that was just living. That was just day to day existence. That wasn't homesteading or specialized skill. That's just what they did. Uh, but anyway, thank you all for the birthday wishes throughout there. I want to stop and pause there. It's good to see Money Pit in. Sorry I missed you yesterday. I wasn't even home. And Ed Kirkpatrick, good to see you in, brother. Delighted Acres, John, good to see y'all guys in. Of course, everybody that's in, and all those ones that are listening and not commenting or not able to comment, appreciate y'all being in as well. And thank you, Janae, for the birthday uh, stuff and the song there, but appreciate it. So, yeah, everybody in. Glad to see you all in and the chat moving. Um, it is, it's inherent that we learn these skills, relearn these skills, recover them and pass them on. And you know, I watch as Keith and I go around, we watch and we meet people, and especially the ones who have uh, family. They have they're younger. They have children, and it's what's the best way to put this? It's heartwarming, I guess, or it's encouraging, as I see the families that are involved and their kids are out learning these skills, and they're passing the love of it and the care for it on down. And that doesn't necessarily mean through a YouTube channel. I mean, that's some people have them and some don't. But when I think of the people we know that they're raising their kids, and some of us are, our kids are all grown, and that's past. They can learn them still with us, but and so it's not too late to teach them. But then also grandchildren coming up, and the ability to teach them, whether that's raising a plant. We're working with an organization right now, getting ready to do some work with them. Uh, it's a recovery program, and part of what they're doing, they teach these men to work, and women. I think there's some women in the program. They teach them to work. They teach them work ethic. They teach them, but they went back to their roots of uh, uh, gardening, raising animals, taking care of that stuff, and we're going to talk about them because it's such an important intersection. But we'll be bringing more of that. Robbie, I'm going to share that. Um, you know, So, and I think this is common feeling, Robbie. Hate that I didn't learn many of these skills as a kid. Of course, I just wasn't interested. Had other things I wanted to do, and that's a lot of it. You know that I learned a lot. I remember gardening with my dad. We had a huge garden, and I remember getting out and doing with that. Now we didn't keep animals. My dad just didn't want to do it. We didn't keep animals. But my grandmother and my uncles and stuff worked for a woman, and they had cattle, and there was horses, and there was all that stuff. So I learned it, was around it, worked with it, some. And again, in my mind at that time, that was not something I wanted to do because I just didn't see. At that time, it's like I didn't see what schools taught us about being able to make a living. I didn't see it, and I was like, yeah, I ain't about it, and just moved on. And then now, as I'm older, it's like, yeah, wish I'd have paid a little more attention or would have stayed with it, And one of the songs will show us, these are skills we teach at some of our courses. Love to hear it. Yes. And it's good. Those who have, like they have orchard and nursery, and they've got some awesome products. And some of these things, it's so much of, everybody within this community. So many have that teacher's heart and are willing to invest in those who do, and it's super important because we are trying to recapture some of these skills. And when I sit there and I meet people that we have that are recapturing this stuff, bringing back these old skills, and my wife telling me happy birthday as appreciative. Thanks, baby. Uh, anyway, she's in the other part of the house getting her morning going. But anyway, so again, that's why these events and these expos and those of you who have YouTube channels that are how to that are teaching people, uh, uh, you know, that are teaching people things and showing people things. I like the blogs and the vlogs, if you will, the day to day life videos as much as anybody else. But um, the ones where people are learning how to do stuff, the teaching, that to me is really what's going to help keep this going on because now it's on video. But everybody, I go to YouTube. There's stuff I've done my whole life that I don't do it all the time, and so sometimes I'll go to YouTube to dig in. And right here, Rebecca, same thing. Said I'm so happy my dad taught me how to work on cars. I learned a lot working on cars. I learned woodworking. Um, taking care of things. I learned a lot working with my dad, and it's important. And guys, if you got daughters, teach them some stuff, even if it's the basics, how to check oil and how to change tires, and just the basics. But yeah, that's awesome that you got to learn that, because it helps understand. It helps makes you know more, makes you more well rounded. And the those important skills. And one of the biggest skills that my dad taught me, and then the military reinforced over the years, but my dad started this, and that was problem solving skills. Even if it was something you've not done before or you're working on it, to sit there and look at it and figure it out and work through it, or where to go find advice or go seek the knowledge. Um, Military was their way was, you don't have to know everything if you know where to find the information. And I think that's an important thing, and that's why Keith and I spend so much energy highlighting those of y'all who do this. And as we're learning in the last 2 years, uh, and that is awesome. That is awesome right there. And that you have that skill and that confidence that you were taught, and that's, that is awesome. To get out and do that. And that's, believe me when I tell you that I don't I don't have any discrimination about that. Some of the toughest people in the world uh, uh, that I've ever, some of the toughest people I've ever known were women, and my mom was one of them. And it's, I like this. Robbie, Sonia's dad told her he wasn't going to put a woman into the world that didn't know how to work on things. And absolutely, that's an absolute good idea right there. Uh, One of my sisters, I'll share a personal story. One of my older sisters uh, had a car, and by all accounts, I'd have to say she probably didn't know how to do anything with it. She just didn't learn those things, didn't want to, whatever. And I was a mean little brother. She asked me, she had a flat tire. And I said, well, go change it. She's like, I don't know how. So I walked out, showed her where everything was at, got the jack out. And this was the old style bumper jack. So I'm going to date myself. Those of you old enough to know what I'm talking about, them little sticks of death, as unsafe as they were. But I jacked that car up, and uh, uh, took the tire off, put the new one, showed her the whole process, and then I put the flat tire back on, unjacked it, and put it all back down, and made her do it. She was pretty mad at me, but you know what? She learned how to change tire. So little brother got to teach, and it wasn't a very nice lesson. But back to where we were at with that, this legacy that we leave behind is one of, like I said, it's not about money. Um, it's not about necessarily things. It's not necessarily about hand me downs and stuff like that. It's the knowledge, the care for things, whether it's land, whether it's how to grow things, whether it's how to fix things, how to be self sufficient or independent in a way, so that you're not reliant upon others. And listen, we all need each other. I don't want that to take that one way, but it's also it's what we're, uh, and it's that we're, we know we're confident. If you know how to do things, I like this. There's a old time country wisdom and lore. It's a wealth of information. I'll have to look that up. Old time country wisdom and lore. I'll have to try to remember that name. But it's a self confidence when you know you can grow something, that you can grow your own food, uh, that you can do things, whether it's fix a car or whether it's work on things around your house, or just that you can be a good mom or a good dad, and you pass that legacy down. But these lost skills, these generational skills, we almost lost them because a generation didn't teach; it stopped being done, and so many things are being brought back. I've stories with sourdough starter that is been handed down, or they found a recipe for it in some old notes of a great grandmother, and they put it together and they've got it, and that legacy is passed down. There's just so much of that, and those are the things that are important when it comes to legacy, and I would even say that legacy had something to do with the Farm to Table Direct show and the Farm to Table show. Was that Keith and I saw the things going on and saw what was happening in the world, and what was happening with our food system, what was happening with everything around, and felt that we had to say something about it, so that our kids and our grandkids didn't look at us and say, "Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you do something?" And so that was, some of our legacy and passing that down. And but anyway, uh, so we're going to wrap this up and get this out of here. We're going to go through some upcoming events real quick, and then we will get back to this, closing this out. Of course, let me see, man. I got a couple I got marked off. Got to get ready for work. Have a great day. All right, Delighted Acres. Yes, keep learning, keep teaching. You have a great day as well, and be safe out there. I myself, as soon as I click off, I'm heading out to work. So anyway, New Beginnings Homestead Expo. Man, I got two marked off my list over here. New Beginnings Homestead Expo, April 12th. That's at Trinity Church in Nowata, Oklahoma. That is shaping up to be a great event. And it's not too late for vendors and stuff to get in there. So if you can go onto old Facebook and look up New Beginnings Homestead Expo, it'll find the information there. It's in Nowata. It's going to be a great day. It's a one-day event. And got some good speakers. And as far as Dwayne Hall, Stuart and Ashley Klaus from Restoration Farm, Bridget Nichols from Pharmacy Farm2Table, Lorraine Shehock from wow, just lost her name of her homestead. But anyway, Lorraine Shehock, she's going to be talking about rainwater catchment, and then of course myself and Keith are going to be speaking about our self-reliant scale and about becoming more self-reliant. And I like this, Rebecca. Using lemon and baking soda will clean my headlights on my car. That might just work. The right agents are in there. Excuse me. So that might work. Okay, next up after that, the Shindig Ozark Living Expo, April 25th and 26th, Newton County Fair and Rodeo in Jasper, Arkansas. I know that Zach Bauer is going to be speaking there both days. It is free to get in. They just want a donation for parking. So not too shabby if you're up in that part of that area. Jasper, Arkansas. Anyway. And then let's see, the Homestead Conference that same weekend, April 25th and 26th, Waco, Texas. First year event there, and man, do they have a lineup. It's a big one. So check that out, the Homestead Conference, if you're in the Texas area. Anyway, the same weekend, Homesteading and Outdoor Expo, April 26th, the Barn at Oleander in Port St. Lucie, Florida. So that'll be that weekend of April 26th. And let's see where we at here. That same weekend, the much talked about 10 Killer YouTube meetup. Anyway, April 25th through 27th at Lake 10 Killer, Oklahoma. Cherokee Landing State Park at the Creek Shelter. RSVP to 10 Killer YT meetup at gmail.com. And that is for if you're going to go one or all days, or if you just got questions. And then in May, the Mid America YouTube meetup at Lake Eufaula State Park, Deep Fork Campground Pavilion, the Nature Center, May 16th through the 18th. MT Homestead is the host. You can reach them at mthomesteadok at gmail.com for more information. And the 5th Annual Sheed Farm Homestead Festival, May 17th in Garland, Kansas. Don't know much about that one other than that's exactly what I said. And then let's see, the Homestead Festival, June 6th through 7th, Hardison Mills near Columbia, Tennessee. That's Rory Feek's place. You can find that on Facebook, the Homestead Festival. And Modern Homesteading Conference in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, June 27th through the 28th. You can go to modernhomesteading.com, or you can find them on Facebook if you're out in the Idaho western part of the country. And I'm going to stop right there because that is enough for today. And looking at the old clock over there and looking at the ticker up top. Look forward to seeing that video. Yeah, you need a video that a couple others have said they'd be interested in seeing that. See if it works, do a little myth buster there. See if it works. I hope it does. And I'm glad you've got a car. I know you went through that period of time without one and all the drama that went with the other one and the transmission and everything. So glad to see you did get a car, and hope it's working out well for you. So anyway, that is, let's see, we got one more thing we got to do, and that is the tip of the day. Got to get out the door with that. Excuse me. Stay committed to your decisions, but stay flexible in your approach. So, yeah, be willing to do things different or take advice. That's what that says. So, anyway, stay committed to your decisions but stay flexible in your approach. Anyway, everybody, I'll have yes, Troy, you have a great day as well. That is a wrap for today on the Farm to Table Show Morning Edition. Thanks for joining us as we strive towards building stronger communities for now and in the future. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that like button, give us the old thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channels on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. It is the best way to stay connected and help grow the conversation about food, farming, and community. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat, folks. Till next time, keep your roots deep and your vision growing. Good food starts with great people just like you. And remember, we are #Stronger Be a blessing to someone today, and we will see you all on the other side. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow, 6 a.m., right here on the Farm to Table Show. Have a blessed day, everybody, and, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to let Hank take us on out of here.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.